going to discuss about the OOPS concepts in Java. So there are four types of OOPS concepts in Java, that is inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, and encapsulation. Today in this video we are going to discuss only inheritance and the types of inheritance. So what is inheritance? If I talk about the technical word, that means a class which acquire the property of another class is known as the inheritance. This process is known as the inheritance. But if I talk about in the real world example, that a, a child or children can acquire the property of its parents or the behavior from its parents. So the child and the parent, this relationship is known as the inheritance relationship, you can say. So the child which inherit the behavior from its parents, so this is known as the inheritance. This process is known as the inheritance. So in if we talk about in Java, so the class which acquire the property of the another class is known as the base class, and the class from its acquire is this superclass. So the parent class, you can say that this is the parent class and the child class. So you can also say that the upper class from where the property has inherited is known as the superclass, and in which the property inherited is known as the subclass. I will also show you this with the help of an example. So there, so for extending the class or acquiring the property of one class into another class, we use the keyword extends. So by using the keyword extends, the class becomes the child class, as I am shown in the example or a syntax. This is the superclass which, and this is a subclass. So by extending the superclass, this subclass become the child class, and this is the superclass. So all the method and function in this class will come into this class by using the extend keyword. So first type of inheritance is single type inheritance. In single level inheritance, when one class acquire the property of another, as I have shown you in diagram, the class B acquire the property of A. So all the methods and function in the class A comes under the B, or we can say we can use that function methods in the class B as well. So when one level of hierarchy is there, we known as the single level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance is the second type, in which if a property acquire a property of child class, suppose that this class acquire the property of A class and C class which acquire the property of B class, then this level of inheritance is known as the multi-level inheritance. So in this class, C class acquire the property of B class and B class is acquiring the property of A class. So you can also say that C is the child class and B is the parent class, where here B is the child class and A is the parent class. So it is the grandfather. If I talk about the real time example, it is the grandfather, it is the father, and it is the child. So this level of inheritance is known as multi-level inheritance. The third one is hierarchical or inheritance. So if I talk about the class A, so this is the base superclass, and all these are the subclasses which acquire the same property which has A. If I talk about the real-time example, say suppose that this is a car. So this is a car, this which having a property of engine and brake, and this is the different types of company which acquire, suppose that this is a Maruti, Hyundai, Honda, so which acquire the property of this car, which means that this the brake and engine properties goes into the B class as well, C class as well, and the D class as well. And the fourth one is multiple inheritance, when in which a class C, which you can say that when we can say one class extending more than one class. Suppose that if I say about C which extending A also and B also, then this is known as the multiple level inheritance, multiple inheritance, sorry. So in Java I can say that in Java multiple inheritance is not possible, but there are some ways to achieve this. but we will discuss this in a later videos. So for this, uh, multiple inheritance is not possible in Java, and multiple inheritance is this when one class acquiring the property of more than one classes, two classes. So you can say that this type of hierarchical is known as the multi-level hierarchical inheritance. So now let me show you the, so this is my class and this is a method. So I say that if I create another class in this, suppose that the clean name of this class is maths I have created. So in this math I will create a method, suppose that method, so I say int method uh, sum. So it's I'm giving you two values in this, int I comma int j, right? Now in this I am saying I'm taking a value into result, or you can say sum equals to, or I can say and equals to I plus j. And now returning, so sorry, so int add, I'm returning int add. Now I'm saying I'm also using I'm now I want to use this class, this method of this class in the, so how I'm going to use this method? By creating the object of this. So how can I can create an object? So I will can create maths is my class, reference object math equals to new math. Now I using the reference of math I can use, suppose that 3 comma 5. So if I want to say this out, let's see add, right? So now if I run this program, you will see that 3 plus 5 8 will be printed. So you are able to see the 8 is printed. But what if I want to use, suppose that this is the method and this is the class. Suppose that I have given my file to another people. I have compiled this file. Now this file, when I use the compile, that is .java class will become the .class file. So if I have provided my class file to another one, so he cannot see my the code, but he can see what type, what the thing is going on in this method. Suppose that I want a new mathematical calculation, say subtraction. So what I will do, I will create a new class. So I will say new math and I will create new class here. What I said that in this new class I want sum as well and the subtraction as well. So now I will say I will write two method in this. One is the, so what I will do, I will have written this sum and this subtract. So now I will say that I minus sum. So I can say this subtract, and so now what I can do, I also use by using the, now what I have created, now I have created a new class where I have two methods. That's the one is the sum and the second one is a subtraction. So if I want to use these two or I want to use subtraction, I have to create the new class method or object of this class. So what I will do, I will create the object of new this one, and by using the reference I can use now this as well, and so I can use sub as well. So suppose I have print. So now if I want to run this program, it will get run and all the two statement get be printed. So you can able to say 8 and 3 is printed. But what I have done here? I have written the code twice. So this is the same code which I have written twice. And in Java, I can't do the code redundancy. This is the redundancy of the code and the duplicacy of the code, which in Java is not correct. So what I will do, I will create this class as a superclass or a parent class and this class as a child class. So when I say extend math, so this by using this I can now I have this method in this class and subtraction method in the child class. So by creating this, now if I want to run the same set of code, I can run, and now you will see that 8 and 3 is printed. So by using this, by using the inheritance concept, I am able to call this function which is created in the which is written in the parent class, and I'm calling it by using the by creating the object of the child class. So in this I am able to use the method and function which is already created in the child class and need not to write again on the child class. So I can say this is my parent class as well, and this I will say this is my child class. In Java we call this as the superclass and this as child class, sorry, subclass. Also in C we also call this is a base class and this is the derived class. So all the thing is correct, either it is a parent or child, super or sub or base or derived. But in Java we call this super and sub, but you can also use this type. So this is all about the inheritance. So this one thing more I want to tell you, that this type of hierarchical is known as the single level inheritance. If I say that I can use one more class like this, suppose that I want another class, this, now I say this is the advanced math, and I will extend the new math and I want its multiplication. So now in this you will see that this level of inheritance is multiple level inheritance. This is the parent class, this is the child class, again this is the parent class for this class. So you can say that this level of inheritance is multi-level inheritance. If I talk about the two level, this is the single level. If I talk about all these three, this is the multiple level inheritance. So this is all about the inheritance. If you like my video, please click on like icon and also subscribe my channel. Thanks guys, thanks for watching this video.